Hey guys, I've got an update. Um, I'm not going to play guitar in this video, but I am going to talk a little bit. Um, as I am getting used to my Vyvanse, my ADHD medication, for all of you who haven't been following, um, I found myself praying this morning for God's will to be revealed, which is something I've never done. I never used to care what God thought or felt, but I am a Christian of no denomination. I believe only what the Bible tells me. Jesus Christ is the Messiah. He's my Savior. And that's what matters to me. And please, guys, if you're going to flog me for talking about God publicly, kindly, I ask you, please walk past the comment section without saying anything, because I will turn the comments off to avoid negativity. I cannot take any more negativity, especially during this transition I'm going through. So, unless you have something nice to say, please don't say anything. Thank you ahead of time. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I found myself praying this morning before even finishing my coffee. And this is by far the most, what's the word I'm looking for? The most impactful change I've experienced in my whole life. And again, I will say it, I've come to the conclusion that I'm going to remain on my meds no matter what. Even if Vyvanse is not the one for me. Um, I don't know if any of you can notice or see the change in me, but if you do, this is real. I'm not making any of this up. And I know there's people out there in the world that don't believe in medicating ADHD, and, well, we're just going to have to agree to disagree on that. Because, frankly, when people told me that I'm a higher risk for addiction because of my ADHD, especially if I'm unmedicated, I believe them because of the experience I've had in my life. They were not wrong. So, and it's weird because I'm really not craving anymore. I don't even really give meth a second thought. And that's weird because before going on my meds again, it was all that I could think about. In the back of my mind, it was always there. That voice, metaphorically, I'm not crazy, but that voice telling me to go get a hit or go get a baggie was always in the back of my mind. And most people don't know that because I kept it secret. That's another thing. I was closed off to the world without even realizing it. And there's a lot of people that have been at the business end of my anger and rage, which actually stemmed from all the shit that I've held in all these years. And then on top of that, the addiction and the screwing around with substances that I really should not be messing with. No one should. Meth is evil, guys. It will take everything that you are, everything you love, and everything that you cherish, and it will rip it away without a second thought as to how it'll screw you up. Addiction, period, does not discriminate. It doesn't care if you're a good person. It doesn't care if you're a Christian. It doesn't care if you always try to do the right thing. It doesn't matter. Everybody is susceptible to addiction. But more so when you have ADHD that's not medicated. It's even worse. For people like us, it's 100 times harder to quit. Because we search for things that actually increase those neurochemicals in the brain. Dopamine, norepinephrine, and serotonin. When those are out of balance, you are out of balance. Your brain doesn't function to its full capacity, and you don't process things the way a normal person should. And I've been living a lie for 11 years. I'm a fraud. I haven't been true to myself. And for those of you that I've hurt as a result of that, I am so sorry. I did not mean to hurt you. And I know there's some people who follow my Facebook and my YouTube. So if you see this apology is directed towards you. All those people that I've hurt through the years. Not physically, but emotionally. I have an emotional body count in my wake. And I don't know where to begin to even consider looking for redemption or forgiveness. So I will start with saying I am sincerely sorry. I was wrong. So wrong. In fact, it didn't dawn on me until I started my meds again, and I'm able to think clearly now, and I realize I've really caused a lot of pain with my actions. My parents had to watch me kill myself with drugs, and I didn't care. At the time, I couldn't give a shit less, and that was my worst offense. I broke my parents' hearts. And those who love me. And those who have been around me this whole time have been at my mercy and not in a good way. And to actually be able to look back through the years with a clear head and say, okay, I can see that now. You're right. I really was self-will run riot, as it's called in the 12-step program, which I had tried so many times in the past, but never found any results with the 12 steps, because I was never truly willing to step away from the things that I thought kept me sane and feeling normal. And that is the insidious nature of addiction. It'll take your love and it'll twist it. It'll take your passion and turn it to rage. It'll take your patience and turn it to absolute intolerance. Look at Dr. Gregory House, for example. Perfect example. For lack of a better way to explain it, I became Dr. House, personality-wise. I was narcissistic and I was arrogant. And my pride came before my fall. So, I know that I'm being very open publicly, and for those of you who think that you shouldn't publicize what you feel, keep your opinions to yourself. This is my channel, not yours. If you don't like it, please, I respectfully ask you, move on. Shut me off, hit the stop button, and stop watching. However, if you are interested in anything I have to say about addiction or ADHD meds or the impact of addiction on your life, please, I'm willing to answer any questions that anybody has, and I'm an open book. Ask me anything and I won't lie to you. You have my word. I'm not going to do anything with the leaf blower right now. It's still winter here. Right now I'm mourning the loss of a friend who died yesterday. Also, a friend I didn't get to make things right with. So I've got to live with that forever. His name was Tito. And I played on the worship team at church with him for several years when I was a teenager. He was my friend, in spite of the fact that we didn't get along. In fact, we clashed every time we talked. I never really believed the things he believed. He didn't believe the things I believed. We never learned how to agree to disagree. But I will say this, he had a passion for God. And that was obvious because you could see it in his eyes. Another thing I want to say, if you have things that you need to say to somebody that is important, like an apology, don't waste a minute of your time. Because you never know when it will be too late. Enjoy life while you can, because you only get one chance at it. You only get one life. Please learn from my mistakes. There is a reason I am posting this, because I don't want someone else to live with the same pain I do. There are so many people that I never got a chance to make things right with, because I was too out of my mind, too focused on what I wanted to do. I can never make that right. I have to live with that forever. And one of those people includes one of my exes. God, I put you through hell. And I'm sorry. Live your life to the fullest. Enjoy life while you can, because it can all change in a moment. And if you're not paying attention, you can miss your chance. Your chance at redemption and making things right with those people who you care about and love. Those people who love you. And if you focus on only what you want, then you will inadvertently overlook everyone around you and what they need. So, try to put others before yourself. And I know that's ridiculous coming out of my mouth. I have no right to say that, but say it I will. Look to my example. I'm almost 30 years old, and I wasted all of my 20s. October 1st, I turned 30. I wasted a whole decade of my life, and for what? My own self-will and selfishness. So, I will probably have more to say on this topic later, but please bear with me. This change is really throwing me through a loop. I'm not used to caring. It feels so foreign. But this is me, who I really am, which none of you have really met. Actually, yeah, you did. My first guitar videos. When I was still a teenager. Hell, I was 15 when I recorded my first video. That was actually the real me. But shortly after that, after I was diagnosed with diabetes, I quit taking my meds right when I turned 18. And I noted in my videos when I was diagnosed with diabetes because I'd been gone for a long time. But from now on, guys, you are going to get only the real me. Hopefully some better music, because over the years my music has been pathetic. Admittedly, that is because of my addiction and everything that I was doing and focusing on all the wrong things. I really did not stop to think about the consequences of my actions. And that is my cross to bear and carry. So please, if any of you actually care about what I have to say, please look to my example and learn from my mistakes, the way that I failed to do growing up. I'm saying learn a little wisdom, which is something that would have greatly benefited me in the long run. And with that said, I'm going to say bye for now. God bless you. You are important. You matter. And you are loved. Don't ever forget that. Because if you lose sight of that, then you miss the whole point in life. Like I did. So, anyway, have a good day, guys. God bless. I will see you next time.